Isn't it fascinating how one small decision, in one small moment, bends entire decades, like a butterfly twitching its wings in the present, creating storms in the future. And here you are, sitting at that fork. Imagine just for a moment that you do nothing. You keep nodding when you want to shake your head. You keep smiling when you want to roar. You keep fitting in, shrinking down. Filing off the edges of your soul so it slides neatly into someone else's box. And the years, they pile up. 5 years from now, the boredom tastes like chalk. 10 years from now, you're safe, yes, but safety feels like stale air in a locked room. 20 years, you realise you traded your one wild spark for their approval. And the bill has come due. Interest, penalties, regret. That's the side effect of not acting. A life half lived. A fire kept in a jar until the flame dies. And your unconscious knows. You didn't come here to die in a jar. Now zoom out the other way. What happens if you stir the waters, if you rock the boat, if you let yourself roar? The first ripple's small. Some people frown, laugh, whisper. But ripples become waves, and waves topple the old ships. And from broken ships, new lands arise. 5 years in, you've carved a space that's yours, raw, real, alive. 10 years in, you're no longer just living, you're leading. Not because you tried to lead, but because people can't resist the gravity of someone who chose freedom. 20 years in, your fingerprints are carved into the world. Not in sand to be washed away, but in stone, impossible to ignore. And your unconscious feels it, doesn't it? That pull toward expansion. That hunger for impact. And as you notice the way your body shifts when you imagine the cage, and the way your breath deepens when you imagine the field, you can already begin to realize that your unconscious is choosing, not later, not someday, now. Because the unconscious mind loves inevitability, like a river carving stone. It doesn't rush, it doesn't argue, it just flows. And sooner or later, resistance cracks. And maybe a little voice mutters, "But what if I fail?" Cute. It's like a seed saying, "What if I split open?" Seeds must split open to grow. Failure isn't the end. It's the soil cracking so your roots can drink. And isn't it dramatic, delicious even, to realise that the people who once mocked will later repeat your words as if they were their own? That's the karmic joke that life plays on the obedient. They laughed at the rebel, then lived in the world the rebel built. Every choice has interest. You pay in fear now and collect freedom later. Or you avoid fear now and collect regret later. Either way, the bill comes. And your unconscious, wise, playful, ruthless, already prefers the payment that multiplies joy instead of doubt. So as you hear this, you can let these truths settle in deeper than words, deeper than thought. The cage door was never locked. Fear is the signal that wings are ready. One ripple today becomes a wave tomorrow. Every time you act, you rewrite the future. And from this moment on, whenever you feel that old fear rise, you'll smirk just a little and think, this is the cliff. This is where wings grow. And you'll step and you'll fly, and your life, dramatic, exciting, fun, alive, will never again shrink back into the jar.